Belinda Carlisle, as we open up the doors to the Dome on a Tuesday morning. Good morning, everybody. And kind of chilly out there, but it does look like it's going to be a nice day. It does look like it's going to be maybe a little bit warmer than what it was yesterday. And I do know that the temperature is going to get to the point where it's going to be in the 50s before it's much farther into this week. So I like that temperature as well. We open up our morning this morning. We talk schools normally on Tuesday morning. I'm lucky enough to have Tracy Koenig with me right now as the principal over at St. Pat's here in Bryan, Ohio. Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
Good morning, Jim. We're doing great here at St. Pat's this morning. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, you know what? You guys do so many good things over there that we are always welcome to come on. And you had so many things that I thought maybe it was just a good idea to bring you in via Zoom. I wish we could bring you in the studio, but you know, it is what it is. And I'm sure you guys have probably been affected. Tell the listeners, first of all, a little bit about how St. Patrick's here in Bryan has dealt with all this kind of crazy coronavirus we've dealt with for the year.
Yeah, well, last year we ended up remote like everyone else, but I was very, very proud of our teachers and staff here at St. Pat's. We kept teaching. We used Zoom. We had kids logging in every day. They were learning new things. So I was very proud of the way my teachers adapted. We came back in person August 18th, have been in person ever since. We've never gone remote yet. So we've just increased our sanitation of common areas in the classrooms, and, you know, kids having masks and being separated. We're very lucky that we're a smaller school, so we're able to separate, I think, a little bit more. But for the most part, it's school as usual here at St. Pat's. So.
Yeah, as usual as it can possibly be for 2020 and 2021, right?
That's right. Learning's still happening, and that's the most important thing, Jim.
You know, that's the neat thing. I've been so proud of our teachers and our administrations around our area, and all of the folks who have done such a great job, because I think the kids really do need to be in school. They need to be around their fellow students and around their teachers. It's just part of being a kid, you know?
It's so very important to have, just to be with each other, and you know, the relationship that you have, not only with the other students, but the relationship that a teacher and a student has is irreplaceable. It's just very important for a kid to have another adult that, you know, is kind of a safe place for them to be. And so I agree. And we're really great to be in the Bryan School District. Mr. Mark Reary has helped us tremendously. He has a great vision in keeping the kids in school, which kind of helped us as well on our trip through this whole pandemic thing. So we're very fortunate to be where we are.
Give us a little bit of insight how you guys do work together. I mean, I think most folks, when you made that comment, said, well, hold on a minute, St. Patrick's is a Catholic school and we got a city school. Now, how do these two work together and get along every day?
Well, we have a wonderful relationship with Bryan City. For example, like our 5th and 6th graders get to go to band and orchestra. Bryan sends over a bus, our kids get on, you know, they take them over and then they bus them back to us. So that's probably one of the biggest relationships that we have. But it's just simply, as I believe it was Mr. Chad Bassett said at one point at the beginning of the school year, you know, we have the same goals. We have the same, you know, insight, what we want to do, you know, and we're both a very important part of this community. And so it's just nice that we belong to a public school system that supports us and understands that we're also a vital part of this community. So it's just phenomenal. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we're happy that you are here. It's always good to have options, I believe, for education in the world that we live in.
Yeah, because I mean, we are a little bit different. I mean, we get that religious aspect in there, that Catholic Christian beliefs and things like that. And we put Christ in our lives every day. And that's what we talk about across all the subjects. And so we offer something a little different. Just if that's where you think your child or student should learn, then we love to be that spot. So
tell me just a little bit of, first of all, a little bit of the history of St. Pat's, okay? And then also, expand on what you just said, because I think a number of folks sitting out there listening to us right now would say, you know, maybe my smaller child would be really better off at St. Pat's. we don't belong to the Catholic Church here in town. Can I actually put my child in that school?
Yeah. Okay. So St. Pat's was started back in 1955. I believe the first graduating class was in 1964. So we've graduated almost close to 1,000 students, I believe, through the school. So we have, and previously we've always been K-8. We have also a preschool program here within our walls that runs as a preschool, which is separate from our school. We have this year, so due to some changes, we are now preschool to 6 our school. Some of the things that I guess we do that make us stand out a little more, we talk to our students a lot about service and being of service and being those hands of Christ in our, not only in our school, but in our communities and in our homes and in our families. And so some of the things that we do is we did this year some cards to the troops. At Christmas time, we ran an extremely successful food drive. At Thanksgiving time, as a matter of fact, Father Andrew and I took a pie to the face in front of all the student body because they met our goal of over 500 food items. So that's super exciting to be a part of that. We had some of our kiddos forego their normal in-class gift exchange at Christmas time, and instead they brought a gift to give to another child. So things like that, things that we're trying to teach them, it's better to give than to receive. It's better to be a part of your community than to sit there and just let things happen around you.
Yeah, no doubt. Tracy Koenig, our guest right now, the principal at St. Pat's here in Bryan. I got to go back to that pie in the face, okay, because if it was a good pie, I've always thought that if it was a very good pie, you know, it wasn't one of those whipped cream and shaving cream pies that you see so many times. But if you hit me in the face, you know, with a good like strawberry pie, okay, I'm your man anytime. I'm happy to stand there and take that. So that doesn't sound like punishment to me, Tracy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and it wasn't too bad. So, but I will keep you in mind, Jim, next time.
was it well, let's go back. Was it a good pie? Was it it wasn't actually, it wasn't a good pie. It was a whipped cream pie. So it was more of a messy mess than a yummy mess. So okay. Well, again, remember my stipulation. My agent will work with you on that whole thing, you know, as long as it's like a bakery pie, like you go over to the dough box over in Archbold or something, okay? And
that's
you get
right.
A real good pie like that, you know, then a strawberry pie with a lot of whipped cream on the top. I'm your guy. How's that?
All right, we can do that, Jim. We can make sure you get a pie.
All right. Well, what we got to do is take a break here right now. Tracy, there's so many things going on at St. Pat's, and we're going to get to them in this hour as we get a chance to talk with you. And it's really good to have you with us here this morning. We're in the middle of the schools program here this morning on a Tuesday morning. It is 20 after the hour of 9 o'clock. I need to pay some bills. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Tracy, and we might even have a special guest or two before the morning is over as well. You've got the Q on 96.5 FM. 9:22 here on the Q in the middle of the schools program this morning. We're talking about St. Pat's here in Bryan, Ohio. And Mrs. Koenig has now brought in a guest. Will you please do the honors of introducing who our new partner is, Trace?
Absolutely, Jim. This is Victoria Fry is with me now. She is a 6th grader here at St. Pat's. She started here at St. Pat's in preschool, kindergarten she started. Our kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Brown, she's pretty awesome, isn't she, Victoria? Yeah. So she's been with us for 7 years now.
Oh, wow. Victoria, welcome in. What do you like the most about going to school at St. Pat's?
Learning about Jesus and God.
Wow, that is a neat thing because it's something that our traditional schools nowadays have basically eliminated. And it's great to have that opportunity. So you're coming from a family of great faith, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Did you learn that from your mom and dad, or who's been the biggest influence on you?
My teachers.
Your teachers? All right, Mrs. Koenig said your kindergarten teacher is a good one, but there must be some other ones too if you've been there for 6 years now. Tell me some.
Nick?
Oh, yeah. So I was her second grade teacher,
Oh, wow.
wasn't I?
Yeah.
All right, now, I don't want this to influence you at all, okay? Knowing that the principal of the school is sitting next to you right now, okay? Knowing that I'm going to ask you a very loaded question about who your favorite teacher was, and I'm stringing this out a long time so that you can think and prepare this very well, okay? So, Victoria, who is your favorite teacher there at St. Pat's?
I would have to say Mrs. Koenig.
Wow. Thank you, Victoria.
Isn't that why was Mrs. Koenig such a good teacher?
Because she was really fun, and she just let us. She was really good about teaching us, and she would help us a lot.
Wow, there you go. And well answered. I think that's I don't think that's going to help your grades at all. I got to tell you. But it was a good answer, and maybe Mrs. Koenig will take you out for a sandwich sometime.
Lunch date, huh?
Yeah. So tell me, give me an idea of what a day is like in a sixth grader's day at St. Pat's nowadays. What do you do? How do you start? Give me the whole day.
We usually start with religion, and then we would do English, and then we would go work with my other teacher doing math, science, and we would also do art a lot, and music.
Wow.
And reading and other stuff a lot.
So what is your favorite? I mean, what's your favorite subject?
Social studies.
Really? Why? Why is social studies such a favorite to you?
I like learning about our time and what happened before I was born.
Yeah. There a lot of things happened before you were born. I've been around for a long time. I saw the wheel invented. Yeah, the very first wheel. It was stone. Okay, and basically we had cars that had stone wheels on them, and you had to pedal with your feet. Yeah, it was a whole different time. I'd be happy to come and talk to you about those if you'd like someday.
No.
She's totally speechless now. She's like, oh, I don't know. What did you bring me into, Mrs. Koenig? I'm not really sure right now. Hey, I was told you're quite the volleyball player. Is that the truth?
Yeah.
So does St. Pat's have a volleyball team then?
Yes.
Yeah, so we start fourth through sixth grade. We have can play volleyball and basketball as well.
Wow. And do you do pretty well? I mean, do you get to play other schools around the area? How does that work?
Yeah, we get to play Edgerton, Defiance, and a couple Toledo teams.
Yeah, we play either other Catholic schools, other Lutheran schools, a couple of Christian schools out of the Toledo area. So we travel a little bit to play, but we get to play. So
yeah. That's the important part. In fact, I know in both Chris Malinga and Eric Herman, I think both have been very involved with the athletic programs over there. And I was very impressed with all of the competition you guys do get into. It really is wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great learning experience for the kids and working together as a team. So we're very proud of our athletic teams.
How did the volleyball team do this year, Victoria? Pretty well?
Yeah, we lost our first 3 games, and then we just won everyone.
There you go. Yeah. And do you think this is something you're going to do as you get older? You're going to play volleyball in high school, hopefully, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Bryan Bear next fall playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So tell me a little bit about what happens next here, Victoria. You're going to graduate basically this year. You'll move on. And what will happen next year? You go to middle school here, Bryan? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
All right. And then you're going to go to high school. And have you looked this far ahead when you get through high school? What are you going to do then? Do you want to go to college? Do you want to be the next president of the United States? What would you like to do?
I want to go to college.
What do you think you study? You have any feel for that right now?
I want to become a doctor.
Oh, wow. There you go. Yeah, that's fantastic. We need a lot more doctors in this world nowadays.
Yeah.
Do you have a specialty? Do you want to just be a general practitioner, or do you want to be a surgeon, or what do you think?
A surgeon.
Wow. That's never been something I've never been. I've got great big clumsy fingers and hands, as you can tell. Okay. So I would not be good. Let's see your hands. Put those hands up on the screen right now. Yep. Those look like surgeon's hands to me. Don't they, Tracy? I think you'll be okay with a scalpel. By then you'll probably be using lasers and stuff like that,
Yeah. Yeah, probably, huh?
Well, what does the rest of your day look like, Victoria? What other kind of things do you have planned for the day? What's your next class?
Math.
Math?
Oh, you're doing in math. You got a real neat unit starting in math, don't you?
We're going to have a job and we're going to learn about taxes.
Personal
Oh,
finance.
wow.
Yep. Learn how to write a check. They have to learn how to write a check, Jim.
That's, we need more of that. Thank you, Tracy, for doing those kind of things over at St. Pat's, because, boy, that is something that an awful lot of our young students nowadays just don't understand.
Yeah. So yesterday they were just talking about the difference between a credit card and a debit card, which is kind of a huge difference.
Yeah. So, Victoria, tell me the difference between the credit card and the debit card.
Credit card comes out of your bank, and
Debit card comes out of your bank, right?
a debit card, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And a credit card, what do you do? You spend. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I was going to.
Off at the end, right?
Yes.
And if you don't pay it off at the end, what happens, Victoria?
Then it comes out of your bank. Like more money comes out of your bank.
More money, yeah. You have to pay more money, don't you?
Yeah, you don't want to get into credit card debt. There's no doubt about that, because they charge you a lot of interest on top of that money. And the next thing you know, man, you got that bigger and bigger and bigger credit card bill. And then what are you going to do? You're going to have to make more and more money, but you're going to be a surgeon. So, money won't be an issue for you.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
So to this point, what has been your favorite part of going to St. Pat's, Victoria?
My teacher.
Your teachers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we already know your favorite sitting next to you right now. Now, were you one of them that hit her in the face with a pie? Is that one? That's another question I want to know. Were you one of them that got to hit her, Mrs. Koenig, in the face with a pie? No?
No, you weren't the lucky one that got to throw a pie in my face, did you? No. Right. We're doing another one right now where they're collecting money over the season of Lent. And if they bring back money, they get to choose they get to vote for a teacher, any teacher or staff member. And the person with the most votes gets a pie to the face. And we're talking a real pie this time, Jim.
Ooh, there you go. Well, I will volunteer if it's the right pie. How's that? I'm not a big fan of like black raspberry though.
Well, make sure no black raspberry, right? Yeah.
Cherry, strawberry, lemon meringue, any of those things would work just fine, Victoria. How's that?
Okay.
What kind of pie would you want in your face?
A strawberry.
Strawberry.
There you go. We're thinking in the same way. See, you and I are on the same wavelength right now. There's no doubt about that. Well, I'll tell you what, I really appreciate your time today and be part of the program and being the volunteer, because it's oftentimes hard to get volunteers to come on the radio with you,
Yeah, I'm very proud of her that she raised her hand. So,
is that how you did that? I mean, Mrs. Koenig said, "I need somebody to go on the radio with me," and you raised your hand.
She did. Can you believe that?
Now, I guess the last question before you leave: did you misunderstand that question? Did you think Mrs. Koenig was saying, "Who wants to go to the Dairy Queen with me here after school"? No.
We wanted to go on the radio. It sounds fun to do.
It is fun to do. And I'll tell you what, unfortunately, you're going to move on next year, but maybe next year when we have open studios again, we could bring students back in and bring them over to the radio station again, because we always like having everybody come in and be part of what we do every day. That's always fun. All right. Well, I'm sure you probably better get to math class right now, but it sure was fun to talk to you, and congratulations on all the great things you've learned and picking the right teacher. I think that was very important today. You made a wise choice, very wise choice.
Jim. She got that one right.
No doubt. We're talking about St. Pat's here on the Q right now. We'll come back and talk to Tracy Koenig a little bit more about the curriculum and some of the things that the students are into right now. You've got the schools program. It's 9:34 on the Q. And we are in the middle of our schools program, as we always do on a Tuesday morning. Today, we're talking with Tracy Koenig, who is the principal at St. Pat's here in Bryan, Ohio. And Tracy, boy, I'll tell you, if all of your students there at St. Pat's are as neat as that young lady, you've got a great group of students.
We do. We have I just love all of our students. They, work hard, and they, but that's something that, we try to teach them, their responsibility that they have as a student. And, they answer that call when you ask them to do that. And so our students are pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. Boy, there's no doubt. And what is a fine young lady, and she's going to be a good surgeon one of these days. I guarantee you. I will trust her.
I hope she remembers me when she gets that far.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Well, let's talk a little bit more about some of the unique programs and the unique things that you guys do over at St. Pat's, because, public schools nowadays get so much criticism oftentimes for being sterile, being very, cookie cutter. Here's how we're doing it. We can't stray from here. We can't stray from there. We can't do this. We can't do that. The luxury, I think, that you guys have at times is you could be a little more creative.
I agree. Yeah, we do a lot of things. Like, we still do science fair. We do it every other year, but we still do like the traditional science fair programs. We do just try to do a lot of different interesting things to teach the kids. For example, sixth graders are working on their Egyptian wax museum. So they learn about an Egyptian god. They create their presentation. They get dressed up, and then they present to everybody their Egyptian god. We do a lot. We try to get them really involved in front of people to speak. So currently we're doing Stations of the Cross every Wednesday put in a plug. At 1:45, we're streaming it live via our Facebook page, St. Pat Catholic School. But they get up in front of people and they go through the Stations of the Cross, and it just gives them that ability to speak in public, which I think is a kind of a lost art. A lot of kids are, very scared and petrified of being in front of somebody and speaking. And so we work on that a lot here at St. Pat's, which is different.
Yeah, boy, that, and that's a plus. And I just like the idea that you're teaching them some finances. I mean, what is a checkbook? What is a debit card? How do we deal with these things? Because so many of these kids get out of high school and even out of college and have no clue how to manage their money.
Yeah, and she talks about the different, they pick a career, but then they learn what that salary is, and then she gives them expenses, and also kind of gives them kind of a realization of, what do your parents pay every month for your house and your car and your gas and, and all those things that, kids don't really think about a whole lot. And it gives them maybe kind of a sense of gratitude a little more towards their parents and what they have in their life. So.
Yeah, no doubt about that. What other things are coming up for St. Pat's here? I know that I've been to the fish fry a couple of times already, but that's not necessarily just yours, okay? But that's Friday, and I got to throw in a shameless plug for that one, Friday from 4 to 7 at the Knights of Columbus there. If you have not gotten to the fish fry yet, you need to make your way over there. Everything's social distance. You pick it up, you take it home, all that kind of stuff. So that's one thing that's going on. But what in particular at St. Pat's is going on that people ought to know about?
Well, we have our annual reverse raffle coming up, which will be virtual this year. So we're very grateful for Chris Malanga and Eric Herman for stepping in and helping us put that together. So that's coming up on April 17th, Saturday, I believe. And so it's $100 a ticket, but it also includes 2 carry-out steak dinners. So you'll drive through and get your steak dinners and go home and then join us on YouTube. a YouTube link, and we give away our prize money is first place is $7,000. Our second place winner is $1,000, and our third place winner is $500. So that's our giveaways. But we have a lot of fun. We had a blast with it. We did it in July this year. It was a little later due to the whole how do we get this done kind of thing. But so we're on target this year to stay on task and get it done. So we're super excited about our reverse raffle coming up.
Yeah, that is always a good time. It's always fun to be there in person. But it is one of those things I think we found that we can do virtually and have a lot of fun with it still.
Yeah, I agree. And it's, on a time where you really can't go places and do a whole lot of things, it's a whole lot of fun. So. Yeah.
No doubt. What else is coming up? Yeah, I think is enrollment. Do you have an open enrollment time frame coming as well too?
We do. Our enrollment is open now. We just sent out some enrollment with our current students, and then any incoming students can enroll as well. We didn't have our big open house like we normally have, but coming soon on our website, we're going to do a virtual open house. We're going to be able to see all the classrooms and meet all the teachers, and actually see them teach in the classroom, which I think is going to be an amazing experience for those who want to see what happens in our classroom. So you'll get to see like a snippet of a religion class and a normal subject class for every teacher. And so it's kind of nice to be able to see a teacher's style. That's usually not available to parents as well. And then we are also doing personalized tours. So if you want a tour of the school, we're more than welcome to have you come in. And then I would show you around, depending on your child's age. I would try to have that teacher available as well that evening or afternoon, and give you a chance to come in and see what St. Pat's is about.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, again, let's go back over to if I am not a member of the church, okay, do I still have the opportunity to enroll my children in your school?
Absolutely. And we actually have a pretty high percentage of our students that are non-Catholic students. And I think that's just a testament to the fact that while we follow a lot of the Catholic traditions and doctrines, all the Catholic traditions and doctrines, but on the flip side, when we look at it, we are all Christians and we infuse Christ into our day. And it's something that a lot of parents, non-Catholic parents, have found a value in as well. So do not have to be Catholic to come to St. Pat's.
Yeah. I have no complaints about our public schools, none whatsoever, but I do tend, as I get older, to find that maybe schools like yours oftentimes are a little more traditional in my way of thinking. If I go back 150 years ago when I was in sixth grade, okay, that was more like what I went through, and I thought I had a pretty good upbringing.
Yeah. I would have to say that we are pretty more traditional, but at the same time, not afraid of change and technology and all that stuff. But, we focus a lot on like the whole child, like, responsibility and respect and kindness and friendship and how we treat each other and how we treat, adults. We make sure that our kids understand that it's important. Like, for example, Victoria and her confidence of getting on the radio is a true testament of all the extra things that we go above and beyond to make sure that our students are kind of ready for that next level to go on to middle school and high school and be successful as they continue. But we also do, our academics is pretty rigorous. I mean, we don't let them, we expect everyone to come to school, and ready and willing to learn, and whatever that learning looks like is completely different. And the levels that each of our students are on are completely different. But we like to meet them where they are and make sure that they are growing and improving and learning as much as they can. So,
yeah, the transition from being a teacher to being the boss, to being the principal, how's that gone? How long? When did you take over the principal's job?
Well, God called me 2 summers ago to take this non-stressful, easy, relaxing position.
Now, did he call you on the phone? Was this, was this an actual reach out, the physical reach out? When you say that?
Well, so when our principal at the time, Ms. Neese, had said that she was leaving, my husband kind of looked at me and I said, nope, not doing it. And then Father Jim called me into his office and we talked, and I came home and I said, let's talk about this. And my husband's like, I thought you said no. And I said, well, I think they need to do some talking and some praying and trying to figure out what it is. And so by the time I was done, I was ready to step in. So.
Well, that Father Jim, he has a way of convincing you. There's no doubt about that. I played golf with Father Jim a couple times, and he's a salesman. He's quite the salesman.
He got me in hook, line, and sinker.
How is he doing nowadays? Is he still around the area, or has he moved away?
He's not. He has moved back, I believe, to the Mansfield area. So he retired through disability. Unfortunately, he had go through a bout of cancer. It took a strong toll on him. So we miss him and things like that. But, sometimes things, change isn't always horribly awful. We got Father Andrew Wellman in now. He started in July. He has been he's very young. He's been a spark of energy here at St. Pat's. And he's doing a phenomenal job, and the kids just absolutely love him. So thank you to Father Andrew for everything he's done this year.
Yeah. They always say, when one door closes, right, the other one opens. And that seemed like it happened for you and for St. Pat's with this change.
Yes. It's been a great change. So.
Yeah, no doubt. And the job, you and your husband happy that Father Jim twisted your arm and made you pick that telephone up that day?
Well, let me tell you, during the whole pandemic, I was thinking this is about the craziest thing I've ever done, Jim.
I'll bet so. Hey, before I let you loose, because we spent quite a bit of time together, I know you have a busy day, but before I let you loose, how are things going to change now with the pandemic? Have you implemented some things nowadays that you're probably going to continue to do with St. Pat's?
There are some things that came out of this that's pretty good. We did like a scheduled open house, and we were kind of like, oh, I don't think that'll work. But actually, it gave our teachers a lot more time talking to each parent, and it was pretty nice. Our sanitation, we use bleach water in our classrooms every day, all day long. And tell you the truth, it's probably been the healthiest school year we've ever had, Jim, as crazy as it sounds. So I think we're going to continue to implement that and keep that going. So there are some great things that have come out educationally out of this. I had all my teachers became Google certified over the summer, so we're a lot stronger on our technology front. So that's a great aspect too.
Yeah, no doubt. And as long as we can keep everybody healthy, which it seems like you guys have done, then maybe we have come out of this thing with some benefits at that point. All right, for anybody that is interested now after they've heard us talk and go back and forth for the last 45 minutes or so, and they say, you know what, St. Pat sounds like a really good opportunity for my kids or my grandkids. How would they go about getting that ball started? Who do they call? How do they contact you?
Well, you can call our school office. The number is 419-636-3592. And we have Mrs. Steffi Lamore in our front office. She is phenomenal and super helpful, and she will be able to either set up a time for you to come in to see a school or stop by to get a registration packet or anything like that. You can also email me. My email is tkoenig@stpatbryan.net is my email address. You can visit our website, stpatrickschoolbryan.org, and just search for us. You can find it. And on there is all of our contact information. Our virtual tour will be up shortly, and you can get a hold of us that way.
Fantastic. Tracy, is there anything that we've missed here before I let you loose today?
No, I think we covered everything. Oh, one thing that we are doing with our students right now, real quick. It's called Above the Line, and it's a book we read as a staff by Urban Meyer. And it talks about helping our students make better choices and decisions throughout their day. And so we're super excited to implement that. And especially our younger students have really caught on, and they realize, when am I being above the line and when I'm not doing so good and I'm below the line. And it's a good visual for them. And it's sparking some really good decision talks with our students. So.
Wow. I had not heard of that book. So is that something that Urban has put together and has caught on through many school systems maybe, huh?
Yeah. So it's called Above the Line by Urban Meyer, and Father Andrew Wellman wanted our staff to read it. It's really good. I encourage every high schooler to read it too. It really talks about making good decisions and how to do that. And it's a phenomenal book. And it's really, I don't know how to say it, pertinent right now in our world, I think, that kids learn how to do that. So
yeah, no doubt. Now, the only problem that we have with that, okay, I mean, Urban Myers was a coach at all kinds of different places, but not Notre Dame. I mean, there's got to be a book like that one of the famous Notre Dame coaches has out, wouldn't you think? Huh?
I would think so. You can start looking, Jim. Let me know what you find.
I will do that. Tracy, as always, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for your time, and let's not let this be the last time that we get together and brag a little bit about St. Pat's.
That sounds good, Jim. I agree.
All right. Tracy Koenig has been my guest in the schools program today. We need to get back into classic hits. It's you and me now till 1 o'clock on the Q, 96.5 FM.